I'm gonna
Okay.
make a quick post on Patreon crying.
Make sure you at the kids in the Discord.
Oh, I will. Use code Dr. Lupo.
There it is. I'm still thinking about this here Impact game.
Genshin Impact. It's pretty spicy.
I mean, hey, if nothing else, it's free to play. Why not give it a shot?
Dude, that was what I was afraid of.
It's the best part is it's free to play. Don't need to schedule it. I would like to just publish it now.
What's it like?
Did you
Very
play Breath
fun.
of the Wild?
Yeah.
It's Breath of the Wild, but anime.
Pretty much.
It has waifus and husbandos. It's objectively already better than Breath of the Wild.
Well, Breath of the Wild wasn't a good Zelda game, so
It's a horrible Zelda game.
it's a garbage Zelda game. Very
It was
fun
a
game.
Fun open world game, very bad Zelda game.
Horrible Zelda game.
It was my least favorite Zelda game.
I think I like
still
that
think it's great.
time. Yeah, I think I liked the time that Link was in Soul Calibur more of a Zelda game than I like that game. As a Zelda
Oof!
game.
Wow, that's a hot take.
So
But
that
you
is
know
a
what?
spicy take. I love it.
I think it was.
I'm
just
glad.
more
I'm
true
glad
to
that
him.
people have like rolled around to the, like, hey, Breath of the Wild was cool and all, but can we get like an actual Zelda game again, instead of just circle jerking how great Breath of the Wild is all the time?
Yeah, Breath of the Wild is a very fun game. I will never fault that, but it is not everything that
Sometimes
everyone talked about it being.
Right.
I love
Sometimes-
how I can't find Studio Blank by cursorly searching on YouTube.
Okay.
Virtually.
I am doing my best.
No. I'm literally talking about just the channel itself. I'm not talking about that.
I'm trying my best.
Did you try harder, son? Yeah, Point Blank Music School comes up.
And if you click just channels too.
It still doesn't show up. I
still
know,
doesn't
trust
show
me. I had to go through and grab one of the share links off of the
Yeah.
Patreon, go onto my appropriate YouTube page, and then
My
subscribe
YouTube.
and then subscribe to it so that I could actually see the channel.
That's weird. Why is
I
that?
wanted to die.
Why is that?
I don't know. I know Bees is subscribed to the channel. Bees was our first subscriber.
Yeet. Do we have a link somewhere that I can click on?
Oh,
Yeah,
I can.
same.
I have the link. I am a big fuckface and did not put it in guest house.
Okay.
I knew I was forgetting to do something, but it
Aha.
was that.
Now we're all here.
I'm not actually there. I closed that tab so that I could go to the appropriate tab and give it a view on myself.
I'm definitely not reading Solo Leveling right now.
Nope, not at all.
Why?
Okay, I have not started it. But how is it?
It's
My name says Professor Broman.
Yeah, I know. I know. I was working on
we
that
get-
as we started going live.
Hey, we can wait to talk about how I feel about following Professor Broman till the podcast kicks off. I don't know if we're recording right now or not.
No, everything's
don't
recording.
worry.
Okay.
They all see this. This won't be in the podcast proper, but this is in the previews. This
Yeah,
is
this-
like
this
you know
is
the
why
Pixar
you-
shorts. This is our Pixar shorts. Go.
Yeah. I mean, this is exactly why you subscribe to the Patreon, though, so you can see moments like this.
Exactly. That's the point.
Yeah.
That is the thought.
Whose idea was it to bring on Suttledge after Professor Broman, though? Like, I was telling Cinda, this is literally like that time where Ninja followed Dwayne The Rock Johnson on the Jimmy Kimmel show. I was like,
Yeah.
what? How am I supposed to follow Broman? He's so, like...
We just
What?
well, you see,
Ask Tim.
we've been having a couple really good weeks with the podcast. We had a couple
Yeah.
really good like back-to-back episodes where we didn't have a guest in and everything went really smoothly. We just wanted to pump the brakes a bit.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. I figured that's how I got here. I was like, what is going on?
I mean, do
This
you
is-
want to know something? I'll pull up the Simplecast right now, and this
Well,
might make you feel a little bit better.
Today is our official start of quote season 2, end quote of
Yeah.
Studio Blank. And so with that, we're going to be introducing you a recurring character in season 2 of Studio Blank.
Yes. So here's the best part.
This is the Suttledge intro episode. I can't wait for his arc.
Yeah. It's a good
I
sign
hope
this
you
isn't
know,
technically a
Comfy, I will
pilot.
probably burn through all of JoJo's this weekend.
Dope. Season 1 is rough.
So Sut,
Am I not allowed to do my traditional shonen skipping?
You
no.
can
Oh wait.
Oh.
You've seen the PowerPoint. You can skip seasons 1 and 2.
Okay, cool.
skip season 1.
Okay.
I would watch season 2. But
Tim
You
Tim
don't-
is aware of how much I love season 2.
That's
season
fair.
2 is
is-
actually quality.
It is very good. Like, you get memes like, I didn't expect the Third Reich to be here. Like, the main enemies are Cars, Wham, and AC/DC. Like, how is this a bad show? I don't get why everybody hates it.
This is
Okay.
gonna be my face the entire podcast. I'm gonna be like,
So,
I
guys,
love
welcome to
these
Studio.
words.
Welcome to Studio Blank Podcast, where you can
What's up, guys?
welcome to my
Try again, try
Minecraft
again.
tutorial.
What's up, guys?
Wait, no,
Welcome back to my Minecraft channel.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Paul's Minecraft tutorial. Today, we are going to be building a redstone door lever, but we're going to be hiding it inside of this building. Now, as you see, when we break open the stone with a wooden pickaxe, it's faster than breaking it open with just our hands. Now that we have this stone, we can use 2 cobblestone together after we smelt them into normal stone to create a stone pressure plate. This pressure plate will only be pressured when someone's standing on top of it. Normal items that are dropped will not work for this. Now, if we go deeper into the mines and bring a stone pickaxe that we made earlier, if you haven't seen how to make a stone pickaxe, be sure to click the on-screen tutorial. I'm sorry. I can't go longer without laughing.
I was gonna say, Sut, if it makes you feel better, Broman was the episode that I thought was going to do the best of the season, and it didn't, by a margin. So here's the thing: is the bar is very low for you to cross that threshold.
The bar is my Minecraft tutorial.
Pretty much.
okay.
Don't trip over it.
Tim,
Yes.
you forgot to update the description.
Shut the fuck up, Paul.
Welcome to Paul's Minecraft tutorial, part
What-
2. How
what
to
am I a-
make
What am I a professor of then?
Drinks.
no.
I am Professor.
Of
I'm Professor
getting
Dude
Reckoner in
Boy.
4 days.
I'm Professor Dude Boy.
Professor Dude Bro of Dudenomics.
No,
At
you
your
can't say
service.
bro. Dude Boy.
Dude Boy of
Dude Boy.
Boyonomics.
Why no,
That's
bro?
right. I know all about boys.
Because he has bro.
That's very true. He does, in fact.
yeah,
He is the
I-
bro man. So you
Yeah.
have to be the dude boy.
Yes,
The
he
Dude
is
Boy.
Dude Boy.
Yeah.
He's. I don't like this joke anymore.
Yeah.
It's not funny anymore.
No.
It's
This
about
show's
as
making
it's
me
about as
sad.
funny as Comfy's
can't-
watch through of Hunter x Hunter when he got to the Chimera Antarc.
Nope, that's not fair. That was hilarious.
You're not wrong.
The chat messages we were getting were fucking brilliant.
Side, have you
I
ever
was-
seen anything from Hunter x Hunter?
Nope, but I play a hunter in Destiny. Does that count?
Good enough
Yes.
for me.
Good enough for me. Vote him out.
That's
That's real sus, bro. That's real
That
sus.
was a good way to take that conversation because the
Emergency
other one I was
button.
gonna do.
Comfy, emergency
What?
button. So that's not a real weeb. Please explain, Tim. Please explain.
I told you. I said this is where this was gonna go.
It cuts the pillars like tofu. Sorry, I'm just reading solo leveling still.
Stop.
I mean,
okay.
I'm not.
So, this is something.
It's already something. We haven't even
Welcome
started.
to the podcast where we do podcast things. Like,
Nate, can you just get here already?
You have like less than a month at this point.
Okay, so
Things go according to plan.
I think it would be
I
a
also have
great
less than a
time-
month till Tiff gets here, and that's also a point.
Okay, I love this. Can we start the episode, please and thank you?
What's up, guys? Welcome to another hot and heavy episode of Studio Blank, the and manga podcast where you can get all your news, views, and reviews for all things weeb. I am Nate with your host, Paul.
Can we just redo that, Tim? Yes? Cool. What's up, guys? Welcome to Studio Blank, the anime and manga podcast where you can find all your news, views, and reviews on all things weeb every single week. I'm your host. I love Mondays with my co-hosts, Nate and Tim, Comfimus and Sidax Atrix. And we have a very special guest with us this weekend. Sut, why don't you introduce yourself real quick?
Hi.
Oh, can we redo that one
sorry.
too, Paul?
Tim, you want to have a shot at this?
Oh, here, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Can I-
No.
Hi, I'm
You already did it.
Suttledge.
You already did it.
Is that better?
Yes. Okay, cool.
There you go.
Hi, I'm Suttledge.
There we go.
Cool, perfect.
Cool. Anyway, we can continue now,
Professor Dude Boy.
right? Yeah.
Professor Dude Boy.
Professor
Yeah,
Dubois.
Professor Dudeboy, Mr. Suttledge, our good friend.
Guys, we're starting off a fun little segment for this season. We're calling the season 2 of the podcast. And Sut here has never seen JoJo's.
This man, did
Neither
you
has
guys
Paul, so don't
in
let him
fact,
go.
I mean, like,
anime?
I haven't watched JoJo's on purpose. Like, he has not watched JoJo's but wants to see JoJo's. It's a difference.
Whoa, I don't know if I want to say want to see JoJo's. I was told to watch JoJo's. I've never heard of it. I still don't know what it is. I have no
Okay.
clue what it is.
So,
Comfy,
imagine. Yes.
what did you do?
What did I do? I came up with an idea for content, and this is the plan. We are.
I mean, I'm down.
lovely-
I'm down. I just wanted to make sure that that's exactly what we were doing, so we didn't inadvertently
no.
run off into a horrible direction.
No,
Oh,
this is absolutely supposed to be
Okay,
content.
cool.
This is planned.
Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Content. All right. So now, you don't know what JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is. All right. Now let me take you back to 1800s England. Right. Jack the Ripper is still alive. This is an important point for no reason, but they bring it up 8 times in the goddamn anime. Okay.
Okay.
And you follow the story of the absolute largest, most swole man that has ever existed. As he
Arnold
fights
Schwarzenegger?
vampires that shoot lasers out of their eyes. And then he dies, and then we follow his grandson in Pokemon battles. Now, that is all accurate.
I hate how that statement was, and it was incredibly accurate, and that makes me wish I was dead.
Yeah. It's a great show. So
Is that season 1 and season 2, Comfy? Right there? Is that what that is?
that was well no, because season 2 we actually follow around his grandson while he tries to take out ancient Aztec vampires that can turn into birds. So
Not bats?
no, just
Birds.
you'll get there. It's a little bizarre.
It
Well,
would, in
I
fact,
mean, to
be
be
a
fair, I
bizarre
was about to say
adventure
it is JoJo's
of-
bizarre adventure, so
They
I'm not
say
surprised.
bizarre at least once a season.
Do they really? That makes me
Right.
happy.
They
I
they
like
do.
that.
They're always like, wow, this is bizarre. But it's never upbeat. It's always like we find a body next to a river. It's like, huh, that shouldn't be there. So
So,
with
guys,
Tim, I'm hoping you'll call me out if I'm ever inaccurate right now, but
I'm going to do my best.
I just
they also-
wanted the viewers to like get an idea of what they're
Of the
getting
meme.
into.
so,
Okay, so
would you like to explain what we're actually going to be doing, Tim?
yes, I will explain this.
That's what I
So
was getting to.
so to start off the season, start off season 2, we wanted to bring on and do something we hadn't done before, which was have a recurring guest. And as Sud is not quite the cultured weeb that the rest of us are, we thought we would throw him into a show that is both well loved and well hated for a multitude of reasons. And have him go watch a part, then come back on the podcast in a short period after that, talk about it and give his feelings and see if we can turn him into a proper JoJo stan.
Or at the very least, the proper JoJo's meme.
Yes.
Regardless, Might one say that this is going to be Suttledge's Bizarre Adventure?
Oh, absolutely.
And that's
This
where the
is
graphic
bizarre.
comes up, because somebody's going to make a graphic for us.
It's not going to be me.
It's not gonna be me. I don't have
I have
time.
exams to study for it. No,
thank you,
It's not me.
Ghost of Graphic Maker, that made the graphic right there. Yeah, that's
Sure,
right.
it'd be
Ghost
real
of
nice if you
Life
subbed to the
Invisible.
Patreon so we had money for an editor to do those things.
It's yeah, but basically we're going to be bringing Suttledge back every after every part that he watches. I think should we combine parts 1 and 2, or should we just bring him back after part 1?
Let's have him do parts 1 and 2, and we'll have him come back because like
All right.
that's a relatively well self-contained story.
It's also
yeah.
26 episodes.
Yeah, it's a
25,
it's a
26?
2-season episode. Like it's a 2-season anime. It's like whatever.
All right.
Gotcha. So we were talking about this before the podcast officially started. Sut, you have watched, as you are self-proclaimed, the Toonami thought. So I need you to explain what anime from Toonami we're talking about, because like there's a lot of animated shit on Toonami from the 90s to the 2000s.
Yeah, so okay. So the only anime I can think of that I didn't watch on Toonami was probably Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and that's because it was on YouTube, and it's actually in fact not a separate series, not even a real anime ? I don't know.
I mean, you're right. It's not a thing, but go
it's
ahead.
not separate. Yeah, it's not even a thing, but that's literally as close as I've got to watching something that has not been on Toonami that is an anime. Wait, that's a lie. I did watch Psycho Pass. Other than that, I've watched Dragon Ball Z. I have watched Death Note. I have watched Inuyasha. I have watched... Oh, so good, I know.
I'm so
I've
excited
watched
for the sequel.
Bleach.
Bleach was... Oh, okay. So you're not like newly
Most of
cultured
Bleach.
weeb. You're like classic 90s kid weeb that never actually got weeb.
Yeah, you
yeah.
didn't continue being a weeb. You were a
He's
weeb
seen
growing
it.
up.
He's
Yeah, I
seen
was a weeb
everything
'cause
at
it
its
was cool.
surface level.
Yeah.
Well, so
No,
like for
that's
example,
not an insult or anything. These are just shows that are significantly more widely available.
yes,
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So like
JoJo's
the reason
Bizarre
I say that just because we were talking about this before the podcast, other shit that falls under Toonami's like watch blocks from like the 90s into 2000s are like Gundam, Batman the Animated Series, Ronin
Ooh, so
Warriors,
good.
Sailor Moon, Thundercats, Tenchi Universe, how do you call that? Tekimuno?
Thundercats is in an anime. Changed my mind.
Wait,
It's not
What?
an anime. It's the anime.
I believe that
Mr.
Shrek is an
Ruckus!
anime.
Yes.
is Batman an anime? Because you said Batman the Animated Series. And that
No.
was on Toonami, so that's an anime?
Because
Well,
because it's American, so it's a cartoon.
Suttledge, I have a question for you. Is Shrek an anime? And if so, does that mean that All Star is technically an anime opening?
So,
I need you to stop
Here-
this, Comfy, because we can't let him try and
No,
reconcile
no,
this.
I'm done. We're moving on.
I was just gonna say other good stuff on Toonami was
vote
also
yes.
stuff like Card Captors, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Mobile Suit Gundam, not just Gundam Wing, Superman the Animated Series, Transformers Armada. Interestingly enough, Yu Yu Hakusho was on there. Tenimuno is is that how you say that?
No,
What's it called? How do you
that
say
is
that?
not.
How do you say it? Say it for me. please.
We actually talked about it in the last episode of the podcast with Ben.
Shh, I know. That's why I'm frustrated that I'm pronouncing it wrong. Astro Boy. Astro Boy was on Toonami. I really liked Astro Boy.
oh, Speed Racer. I watched Speed Racer. Is that
We
an
did
anime?
No.
No.
I love the just genuine joy. Oh my gosh, is that an anime?
Rurouni
Yeah.
Kenshin.
All right.
Rurouni Kenshin. Samurai Jack was. And I
Oh,
don't
I
know
watched
if-
that.
So was Samurai Jack? I don't know if Samurai Jack was American or
American.
Japanese.
It was American.
Okay, cool.
Very American.
Okay, so now
other
that Paul
bullshit.
has listed off a plethora of Toonami shows,
Yes.
let's quickly talk about fall.
and the
lineup.
Powerpuff Girls. But that's totally anime.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
Hey, did you know that there's shows coming out this fall?
Yeah.
Did you know that there's shows coming out this week?
What?
not wrong.
Wow, that's crazy. Do you think we should go over the Crunchyroll announced shows that are coming out in the fall 2020 lineup starting this week?
Sut, we'll come right back to you. Unless you want to like talk speculatively about anime that you have no idea about because you
I
probably
want you to
didn't
ask
listen.
questions to me about whatever anime I bring up, and I will answer them as poorly as possible.
Got it.
Oh god,
All right.
Oh no.
I
So-
just have my anime list fall season up, so we can talk about stuff on there too.
I have the Crunchyroll list up. All right. So Crunchyroll has a list of their top picks of what's going to be the hot new shit. Let's start with some returning shows that are coming back. Haikyuu is coming back.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Is that about poems?
No.
It is.
Okay.
It is actually. It's a volleyball anime.
Sports anime.
It's not a joke. This is actually. It's a very high production and high value volleyball anime.
People
you
really
look
love it.
like you don't believe me right now.
I don't. Honestly, you said you were gonna describe it poorly.
That
Do they,
is
like-
me describing it poor. Okay, here. Let's continue. Okay.
Okay, no, I get to describe this poorly since
No,
I've watched a lot about it.
No, Paul,
Why?
shut up. We're moving on through the fall lineup.
Attack on Titan final season. It's the Christmas special. That's what season means. Burn the Witch.
I'm excited about this.
I'm
Tim's
very
really excited
about Burn
Tim's
the Witch.
really
It
really
looks
excited
very
about
cool. Sut, you
3
obviously need a little bit of like
episodes.
a lineup. Imagine Salem, 1700s.
Okay.
Not what this is about at all. This is about London modern day, and there's dragons and waifus.
Okay. Yep. Got it. That makes sense. I understand it all now. Yeah.
By the
Yeah.
way, it's also by the guy that wrote Bleach. So cool. It should not suck that much. The manga was actually pretty good.
Tonikawa, Over the Moon for You, is also coming out. That's the
It's one of the
romance
shoujo,
anime.
yeah, shoujo.
comedy
gonna-
romance shonen.
I
Oh,
don't know why they describe it as shonen, but we'll just accept that.
The cover has two people getting married, so it looks cute. Noblesse, as we've been talking about for the past
Yep.
3-4 months, because we're suckers for anything webtoon related.
Yes, the webtoon is yes. Yes,
We
yes,
are
yes.
webtoon.
Yes.
Webtoon warriors, that's what we are over here.
Webtoon weebs.
Webtoon weebs.
Noblesse is the story of an ancient vampire that came back to life 800 years later and enrolled in a high school. That is more or less accurate.
That is approximately
That's
correct.
approximately accurate.
It's
Yeah.
like that one movie where that caveman is frozen in a block of ice, then he gets defrosted. This is a Robin Williams movie, right?
I think I know
think
what you're
so.
talking about.
Yeah, I don't think it was Robin Williams. I think-
It was not Robin Williams, but I know exactly what you're talking
I know
about.
what you're talking about.
I think it was
though.
Brendan Fraser actually.
We're not talking about the Mummy though, so we're fine.
No, we're not. No.
Wait, Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
Stop.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yashahime, Princess Half Demon.
This
The-
is
This
Inuyasha's
is
daughter.
Inuyasha's sequel. This is
Wait,
Inuyasha's.
Yes.
See, so- okay, no, we gotta talk about this now. Inuyasha's getting a whole sequel dedicated to both of his children. One who got fast forward to present world, and the other one who's stuck back in past like Inuyasha time. So like,
Okay.
whole new sequel starts. When does it start? Comfy? When's the official airing date?
Starts October 3rd at 3 a.m. Pacific time.
So this
It
Saturday.
starts- yeah, it literally starts
This Saturday.
Saturday.
Get ready, Sut. If you need a Crunchyroll sub, I got you.
Oh, wow.
I was gonna say I would legitimately just give you my Crunchyroll login.
I'm very,
Yeah, we're-
I'm very, very excited for that.
Tim, at this point, we really just should get like the group 5-stream promo package for all of us.
I mean, yeah. So we
Anyway,
have
continue.
2 more shows left that Crunchyroll's picked out as they're like, oh my god, you guys want to watch this. One of them I haven't heard until recently. It's called Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, I've heard that one.
The manga, fucking bars.
Really?
The show,
Yeah.
fucking bars. Very
Never heard of
excited.
that.
Yeah.
It's one of the ones I'm the most excited for.
I'll put it this
quick
way. I'll put it this way. Like, I don't even read it. And the moment that it got announced, I got shivers down my spine.
Really?
Especially when they started, like, showing, like, clips and shit. Like,
The synonym for the name is sorcery fight.
yes.
I like anything with magic. Here, the quick synopsis: in a world where
I want you-
demons
I was about to say,
demons,
Tim,
fragments,
it's like
legendary-
Ogun, but, like, all over the place. And it's dope.
The demons consume Sakuna's body parts. The power they gain could destroy the world as we know it. Fortunately, there exists a mysterious school of sorcerers who protect the precarious existence of the living from the undead. So they basically fight demons to stop demons from eating demons and then eating more people.
Exactly.
Yes.
It has school life. It has horror. It has
Shonen.
It looks dark.
shonen. It's good. It's so good.
artwork
It's
from the
so fucking good.
Can we have the Princess of the Sea anime now, please? I want new One
one.
Piece. I want new One Piece, but it's not here yet.
Last
winter.
show that they're showing off that looks really good is Onyx Equinox, which I'm very
Onyx
excited
Equinox
about.
will be good.
I've never heard of. I need to research.
It was a webtoon.
Oh.
It is Aztec Mayan based in
Oh,
artwork.
yeah. I've already okay, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I remember now.
We
It looks
talked about it.
really good,
Yes.
and that's coming out in late November.
Yep.
I'm very excited about that. Let me
The
see
fact
if
that this is
there's-
only fall 2 makes me really happy because we still have winter season, but in all honesty, I am just stoked for Attack on Titan.
couple other things that are going to be coming out. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? Season 3 is coming out.
Go Bell! Ding.
What's that about?
Yes.
I want you to. Okay, so
Wait,
no,
I will describe.
I want to summarize.
I will describe
Please,
Dan Machi.
Please,
Oh, they're
please,
so cute together.
please,
Look at them fighting.
please. Okay, Sut,
All you're
have you
gonna
seen
fuck it up.
somebody play Hades?
Yeah.
I want you to imagine like Hades, but anime, and
You're-
Bell
you're-
is Zeus's son instead of Hades' son, and then
I
like
can't
there's a
fucking it
bunch.
up.
Paul just did the worst possible explanation that he could have for the show. There's a big ass tower in the middle. Is a dungeon. The dungeon has monsters and shit that people kills to become powerful, and gods took human form and basically run guilds and recruit people to fight for them.
Yeah, that's a much better description.
That's
and
fair.
the main character.
I was getting
Bell,
there.
What he described and what you described
are not the
Are-
same show.
two different shows.
Two completely
And now
different shows.
hold on, I'm so bad with this camera stuff. And what he is about to describe is probably gonna be something completely different.
No, actually, I was
No,
going to
no.
continue. off
Nate
Nate's
got
description.
really good. I was just getting there because I was trying to set the stage of something he might have contextual
You
reference
got
to.
really hype about parts in the show that when it builds to it, it gets really hype. But if you don't build to it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there.
I was gonna say, and so the main character is at the start of the show, the only member of Hestia, who is the Bestia. Change my fucking mind. You actually can't.
No, you can't.
I can't. You're right. I don't know.
Haruhume is my favorite.
She's the
Fox
She is
Girl's
definitely best girl.
Fox Girl's best girl.
God, Paul, shut the fuck up for 2 seconds. He is the only member of Hestia's family, her guild, and he is absolutely goddamn useless, most of the time. You watch him grow in power, fall in love with a very cute girl, and basically chase her until he is strong enough to just absolutely shit on everything. And he just also happens to be the son of Zeus, and no one realized it for a very long time.
That's the big reveal at the end of the first season. Is holy shit, he's the son of Zeus.
Spoiler alert. Damn.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it also doesn't hurt
That's
that.
why Paul like threw that out there. Was like, okay, cool. Like,
I mean, like,
To be fair, this anime has also been out for 6 years. The first season.
True.
or,
So for
it
listeners,
has been out
like,
for a while.
and
fuck
like
them.
they
If they haven't seen it
they
at this point-
basically like well, and in the first season they tease it the entire goddamn time, being like, oh look, Zeus is like gone, and like he's the only person capable of siring a hero at this point because nobody else matters basically throughout the
I do
entire
want to
thing.
point out they take gods from like kind of everywhere.
That's true. They
Really?
like it's
yeah.
not just like Greek gods.
Like-
they just kind of like
Egyptian
take a
gods and
handful
stuff.
from here, a handful.
There's
from
like
there.
Ishtar, Freya, etc. Like there's Greek and
It-
Roman and Norse gods all in the whole mix.
And
It does
there's
definitely
also the
skew
Hindu
towards-
gods.
yeah.
It skews towards Greek a lot. Hestia is a main character. Hephaestus is a main character. Hermes is a main character, and like there's plenty more that. You
Side
just
note:
meet
Hermes is
hang out with.
basically a rootin' tootin', but without the like tootin' part.
Also,
He wears the hat and the
dope. I love
guns,
Hermes.
and he's kind of he has the hat and the guns, except he's not country at all. Like
Right.
it's really funny.
He really does. He dresses. Okay, no. This is it. He dresses like a billionaire thinks a cowboy dresses.
So Doug Dimmadome.
Not as
That's
flashy.
not as flashy, but that's not
as
that
flashy.
far off.
But, yeah. Was that a good description?
Also, is Fairly Odd Parents an anime? Question mark.
It can be. Well, actually, wait. Fairy Odd Parents is a trigger anime because it had a terrible last few seasons.
Stop. You're right, but stop. If I'm not allowed to say
Okay.
Thundercats
we do have-
was an anime.
A couple more things that I've seen here that
Yeah,
caught my eye.
go ahead.
Iwakakeru, a rock climbing anime.
Yes, I
Oh,
saw
yes.
this.
Cute girls, rock climbing, good enough for me.
Tim's
They
down.
look ripped.
No, those,
I mean,
those girls are in.
Have you
muscle
ever
tone.
seen actual rock climbers? Not like
Yes.
casual rock climbers? Like,
Oh. You do know I did like competitive rock climbing, right?
I didn't actually.
Yeah, that was like in middle school. That's what I did for sports. I did competitive rock climbing.
So
I've
Back-
been to competitions.
Back to anime.
Like, I'm very aware of this. This show, I don't know anything about it except it's rock climbing and it looks like it's gonna be fun.
yeah, that's about all I needed for it.
That's all he needs.
The
Also-
other thing, I'm so excited to see Golden Kamuy third season. Like the third season. Yes.
It looks good. I haven't actually
gonna
seen it. I've just seen bits and pieces, but it looks real good.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
Everybody
It's
always
gonna be
talks about Golden Kamuy though. Like if you
good. Yeah,
if you bring
because
up
it's fucking great.
any yeah. So I'm excited because I'm gonna go
We're
watch it
also
now.
going to be getting another slime
Yeah,
uh,
another slime OVA.
OAD.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Um,
Okay, guys.
there's like,
There's
lots of
still
fun
more.
stuff.
There's still more.
oh my
That's
god,
just
yeah.
the
I'm
big
looking
stuff.
at Mal right now, and Mal is fucking
That's everything that Crunchyroll really has for us right now.
yeah.
So, on that note, Comfy,
Yeah.
begin us down the road of JoJo's.
All right. What? How much do you want me to? Do you?
You're in Tim's idea. Take it. Run.
Alright.
Go.
It's like, let me grab the PowerPoint. I'm not bringing out the PowerPoint right now.
In case you didn't know, Sut, there's a 77 page.
I have
PowerPoint.
a 77-page PowerPoint about the first 2 seasons of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Why? What class did you make this for?
actually, it was created for 2.5 weebs, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And
Made for-
then
It was made for 2.5
redone.
weeks because I wanted us to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but I knew that the first 3 episodes of part 1 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure are fucking garbage. So anybody who watches that is going to be like, okay, this show is terrible.
That is
For
exactly
example-
how I based my opinion on it the first time.
Well, and I've
Yeah.
said this a million times. Like, I watched the first episode of the show and I said, every episode is like this. This is the worst show I've ever seen. Like, that was a thought that went through my head.
Oh, it's
So I wanted them to watch it, but I didn't want them to watch the first 3 episodes of the first season or the second season. So I made a 77-page PowerPoint so that they could watch the first 3 episodes of the 3rd season, while also giving them the backstory that is relevant but not required. Now, Sut, because you are taking the full course, not the accelerated course in JoJo-onomics, you will be watching the entirety of the 1st and 2nd seasons.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
he's slowly realizing, he's like, I have made a mistake.
Do people like this show that I'm about to watch?
Yes,
I like
a
it.
lot of
Yes.
people do.
Okay.
I want you to
actually-
know,
I unironically enjoy this show.
Okay. Do people
JoJo.
unironically enjoy the show a lot? Like,
Yes.
like why? Okay. Okay.
Just to
Sut-
give you to gauge the level, about 2 years ago, the biggest show in Japan was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
It still is the biggest show in Japan.
It still is. I wasn't sure if it was still holding it. Like, that's bigger than One Piece.
Let's put it this way.
No.
JoJo's merch in Japan is like a $2 billion, not yen, dollar industry.
So, like, can I go into Hot Topic and buy a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure T-shirt?
Actually, probably.
Yes, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Most likely.
You,
That's the
you
only
could
place I
most
do to
likely
get
a
anime
JoJo's Bizarre
shirts.
Adventure
I'm
shirt
sorry.
or a meme shirt.
Yeah, like you genuinely could. It's so popular among so many people that there are entire clothing lines in Japan And I'm not talking like, oh, it's like graphic tees or whatever. I'm talking formal wear, suits, in fact, that are JoJo's themed.
Can I get Bucciarati's suit?
Yes, you can actually.
Oh my god. Okay, one
I
second.
can't wait to get that. Reference.
Like it's like I want to say it's like an $800 suit, but it's like absolutely gorgeous. The construction is fantastic. Sea Dog.
Oh my god, that looks so nice.
Yeah, so Sea Dog VA bought both of the first two that came out. He goes, "Yeah, I spent $1,600 on JoJo's suits, but it's fine. Everything's fine."
I'm waiting for the day that people realize how much bigger JoJo's is than anything Dragon Ball has ever done.
Really?
Oh, it's
Like, to put it in
crazy.
perspective, right? Like, when we're talking about One Piece's success compared to like JoJo's success, Dragon Ball is like on a Western side. It's really not like a Japanese Chinese phenomenon as much as it is a Western phenomenon. Like Dragon Ball original, sure. Dragon Ball Z, Kai, Super, etc. is very much a Western like explosion comparatively, and like we're talking like, what would you say? What was the last numbers for Dragon Ball manga like sales versus JoJo's? Like it's not even in the same ballpark.
Okay, let's put it this way.
not even the same sport.
No, Dragon Ball is playing T-ball. JoJo's is playing Olympic baseball.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
That's crazy. Like I'm just like I've never even heard of it.
Well,
until
the
somebody brought it up.
lens
That's why
of-
it's so.
the lens of Western media, like, because the U.S. likes things very different from Japan, as you can tell, because most of our TV shows don't have hot spring episodes.
Which is a shame.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Okay, but so like,
Pokemon had
the
a hot spring
US
episode. Is it anime?
the, oh, it's oh, sweet baby child. So, for example, like the Western media, the things that have really exploded here is like superhero.
Yeah.
So the anime that exploded over here, My Hero. It's not to say
Right.
My Hero isn't popular in Japan. It's explosively popular. It's doing incredibly well. But that's also due in part to the United States exploding superheroes as much as we have, because digital media is pretty much controlled by Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yep.
To a very strong degree. But so like fight anime like Dragon Ball Z and like One Piece, like if you break it down to it, One Piece is a fighting anime with a bunch of pirates fighting. Like
Right.
that stuff got really popular in the US. But JoJo's, which you are about to experience, it's not very straightforward.
Nope.
It doesn't follow a single storyline.
Nope.
And the characters kind of rotate in and out a whole lot.
Sounds like The Simpsons. I'm in.
Yeah, that's a
You know,
interesting
JoJo's
way
is much
to.
older than The
that-
Simpsons.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
JoJo's is older than The Simpsons?
Yes.
The original manga for like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was in like what, the 70s or 80s?
Let me go look. I don't know.
We looked this
This
up
is
every once in a while.
insane.
It's
How has this existed for like 40 years? I'm just the other day you told me about while we were playing Destiny.
Okay,
and I'm just
it was
like, sure, I'll watch it.
The first chapter was serialized in Shonen Jump in 87. So I think The Simpsons might actually have it edged out just a little bit.
ooh,
Yeah.
they might.
I think they were what, 84, 85?
They were so
I'm hanging on this.
89.
okay, yeah.
Ooh.
It was close. It's really
Very
close.
close. JoJo's
Is The
Bizarre
Simpsons
Adventure is
an
older
anime?
than The Simpsons. You're welcome.
Wow.
The Simpsons is not anime.
Okay.
So just so you understand, classification of anime versus cartoon or otherwise is generally classified based on place of
Production.
origin or production. So all of the Simpsons stuff, all of the Family Guy stuff, all of that is considered American cartoon at some variation because it's produced and written in America.
Along with Avatar: The Last Airbender, Castlevania.
What? That's not anime?
Nope.
Castlevania's not anime?
Nope.
No.
Those are
Wow,
American
Netflix
made
lied to
They're
me.
shows.
made in fucking Texas, dude.
Dude,
is
Netflix said that there were
wild.
animes. They have to be animes. Netflix rules all.
Netflix is a lying.
Netflix is lying because it's
motherfucker.
an international company that doesn't follow convention of naming rules.
Oh, hey, you ready? Hey, Sut, you want to know why Netflix is bullshit?
Oh, here we
Okay,
go.
I could give you.
Here we go.
All right. So
But it's your podcast, so you really.
So now Netflix has done a very smart thing where they buy up the rights to distribute shows, right? You know, they go out. That's how they made
Right.
Stranger Things. That's how they made The Witcher. Great shows. Like, it's awesome. You get to go in, and we love it because they go in, they just drop the whole season all at once, and it's like, wow, that's cool. And if we were sitting here with blinders, we'd be like, wow, look at the new anime that's coming out soon. I'm so excited. Oh, thank you, Netflix, for giving me all 13 episodes at once. Except in Japan, they release it week to week, and we don't get the full 13 episodes until like 5 weeks after they're already finished. Not fair.
He's not wrong. It's really
so
These are
unfortunate.
facts.
Yeah.
Wait, so is that with just anime, or is it with also things like Stranger Things? Like, can I get
With-
Stranger Things 5 weeks? in
Not with
advance?
like some of the Western media.
So
shows like
whatever's
that don't
produced
get it,
in the
but-
West generally abides by Western production, which is drop all at once. Anything that's produced in the East, Japan, China, traditionally follows a weekly format and thus gets dropped week to week in those areas. So like if you've ever like, so you haven't because you're not really a big anime person. If you ever like are YouTubing anime stuff and something's dropping on Netflix, you'll catch those episodes week to week on YouTube before they come out on Netflix because everybody rips it off VPN Japanese Netflix servers
Oh,
With English subtitles.
with English
So, for
subtitles
example,
and drops it on YouTube.
How does those not get taken down?
they do.
It does.
Oh, okay.
But everybody
I'm a very
catches
big
it before
fan
it
of,
gets
like,
taken down.
The Fate series, for example, and Fate Apocrypha was distributed by Netflix, and they released it week to week in Japan, and we didn't get episode 1 until they were done with episode 20,
Wow.
and that's just
Which is
like,
almost half a year. Think about that.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah, no,
literally,
it's-
that's crazy.
it's like 8 extra weeks that we're waiting,
That's-
and then we finally
That's
get
bizarre.
Aww,
He's learning, guys.
he knows too much.
So
Comfy, I
anyway,
think he
this
might
is
be approaching you.
this is Comfy's
Oh,
frustration with
you're
Netflix.
approaching me.
And I guess kind of my frustration with Western versus Eastern media in general like this.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't care if it was all either or one way or the other.
Yes.
But the fact that because I am not living in another country, I am not getting the content as soon, even though it's readily available.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
legitimately
That's
the week
infuriating.
the day it comes out on release, you can load up the episode. Like I VPN into Japan to watch shit like Demon Slayer or not Demon Slayer, Seven Deadly Sins because it's the only way to get it where I don't have to like see clips of fights on YouTube where I'm like I just wanted to see Meliodas versus Escanor. I remember reading that chapter in the manga and going, "Holy fucking dicks, I can't wait to see this animated." And then I found out that I was like, "Oh cool, I'm going to see that fight 8 months after it premiered."
That's crazy.
Yep.
It seems like it's like following like fake arbitrary rules like daylight savings time. Like we're just doing it now because someone said so at some point.
But it's
When it's like we should all
market
just like do it one
research.
way.
But it's
shows
market
that,
research. So for example, like that's a big thing. Like unless you follow like shows week to week in an anime world, like you traditionally Americans just binge.
Right.
Like that's why Netflix like did that with The Witcher. It doesn't matter. Like The Witcher came out and literally all anybody talked about for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks was The
watched-
Witcher.
times.
You know, like
Still don't understand the last episode.
oh really? I'll explain it sometime later. It's great.
Watch the show. I've
It
watched
makes
that
sense.
show like 3 times, and
Anyway.
whenever I hit episode 8, I always get lost.
Anyway, so we have this whole phenomenon, and then the secondary phenomenon happens to be that like, you know, we had Demon Slayer episode 19 come out and the world exploded. Like Twitter was on fire for a solid 48 hours with everybody from Ninja to like Steve from next door tweeting about Demon Slayer's episode 19, you know? So like both ways have their like validity. It just happens to be that like one is more frustrating for an entire country of people than the other. Smile.
Because
Smile.
for so long like manga and anime in Japan were released week to week, it just became the standard and they accept it. For those of us that watch, you know, seasons of anime on top of seasons of anime, it's kind of a for most people, you just accept the week to week, as much as it sucks. But you know exactly when you're getting an episode, you know when you're getting a chapter. It almost rarely never changes, or rarely ever changes. And on a full binge like that, it's like, I don't know, like I can't guarantee when that's going to come out. Like when I'm going to get the whole thing.
Yep.
And it sucks.
I just want all of it.
It really fucking sucks.
I mean, and in all honesty, like, this is another discussion that we could have at some later point, which I think would be really interesting, is like, what's the health of like shows communities on week to week versus binge? You know what I mean? Like,
that is that is a very fun topic, because I have some very fun examples that I've already thought of.
Cool. It'd be interesting time. I just, I think it'd be interesting. And I think Sut's going to kind of catch two sides of it. He's going to watch all of JoJo's, and then
Oh, poor fucking Sut.
Yeah, it's gonna.
You okay,
it's gonna
bud?
hurt. Not gonna lie, bud.
I'm gonna fucking love this segment.
But I
hope you know
promise,
that.
I promise, it does get better. Like, season 2 is actually fantastic. Season 3 is great. Season 4 is like better
It's a little
than.
more derailed.
Yeah, it kind of feels like you're tripping on acid. And
But
season 5 is fantastic. Season 5 is chef's kiss.
chef's
Really?
kiss.
I really like season 5.
I think season 5 is better than season 2, and Comfy and I can have that
I
argument.
can
But
taste your lies, Tim.
I just enjoyed season 5 more. I think it's just
It's
better.
the characters are good. The story is good. It's enjoyable. The
Yeah,
villains
just-
are great.
Yeah, it's just a
I'm
good
excited
time.
for the Pokemon parts. I don't know when those come in, but
Dude, all the Pokemon are named after like 80s, 90s rock bands.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yep. So what you'll find is there's a lot of pop culture references
sweet.
throughout JoJo's.
Araki loves
Music.
Araki, the writer of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, he loves American culture and he loves Italian culture, and he puts as much of both of those into his manga as possible. For example, the main villain of the entire series is named Dio, after Dio. The villains of like the second season are Cars, Wham, and AC/DC, and Santana is another character. I'm not kidding.
Dude, this
These
is
are not
awesome.
memes.
Dude, this is
Dyer and
great.
Strazo are a pair of characters.
It just
Tom
reminds
Petty
me
is
of
a
Tower of
character.
God, where we had Tall, Venti, and Grande as villains.
Yeah. But like you get later on, and you get Pokemon like Aerosmith and Green Day.
How is this
Beach
not
Boy.
like?
And
Oh.
Star Platinum.
How is this allowed though? This is
So
crazy.
here's the thing. It's one of the reasons that it takes so long for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to get translated is because of copyright issues. So, like, one of the main characters in Part 6, for example, is named Foo Fighters.
Foo
And you
Fighters.
can't have a character named Foo Fighters because of the band named Foo Fighters. So they just say it in Japanese, and then the English version is just like, oh, a slightly weird name. Do you remember? I think like the Beach Boys was called Fisherman.
Yeah.
And, like whenever he's like doing it, he's saying like Beach
is
Boy
great.
because he's saying
Yeah.
it in English, but
I
like
this.
broken. So he's like Beach Boy, and it's just like the subtitle is like Fisherman.
Mhm.
It's like it's so great. Or like
Good
Grateful
question.
Dead was one of them, and it was like Thankful Living or something.
Oh my
like,
god.
Yeah,
Am
it's,
I
it's
watching
dumb
this
shit.
sub or dub? How am I
You're
watching
watching the sub.
It's
Trust.
Oh,
sub.
great.
Just trust.
Great.
I
First show ever subbed, by the way.
interesting.
Hey!
So I'll say
Yeah.
this about sub versus dub for you real quick. I think traditionally sub is just more enjoyable just because it's really hard to replicate like emotional context from sub to dub. If it's done dub to sub, like that's a whole different story. Like Dragon Ball like kind of got its name doing dub, you know what I mean? Like but like traditional stuff that comes out on Crunchyroll week to week, the sub ends up being like something you fall in love with. Even with like My Hero, in which like I went back and forth between watching dub and sub, I still go back to the sub and I'm like, oh, Like, so good. There's literally one scene that I like in the dub more than I like the sub.
And it's United States.
And
of
it's
Smash.
United States of Smash because Chris Sabat is a god.
Yeah, Chris Sabat is the voice of Vegeta. So just imagine Vegeta saying United States of Smash as he just pounds the shit out of a dude.
Like, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I can hear it in my head right now because I watched so much Dragon Ball Z.
Like,
Exactly.
It's great. So, like, that's the only scene that I prefer
That's
dubbed
amazing.
versus sub, just because that singular scene happens to be, like, built on an English set of words that an English voice actor understands, like, the timing and, you know, breakdown of.
So I'll leave you with this. I have watched the dub to the first 2.5 parts of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Because part 1 takes place in 18th century or 19th century England, they try to talk with English accents. And Paul, it sounds about as Tim, did you toggle on the English just to listen?
I toggled it on for 5 minutes, decided
like-
I didn't want to actually beat my head against my monitors.
It feels like
And-
kids show voice acting. I'm not kidding.
Really?
That's not fair. 4 kids had better
Oh.
voice acting.
No. I'm not saying 4 kids. I'm saying kids shows. Like
No,
Dora
no,
the
no.
Explorer. Like, I found this glass. It is strange. Could Dio be behind this? Like, it's like this must be the work of an enemy stand. Do you see the enemy stand? What? I don't see the enemy stand. What?
Dio,
over
no
there?
swiping! Dio, no swiping!
Like,
Is Go Diego Go an anime?
go. It's actually Go Whole Horse Go is the anime.
Oh
But
my
that's actually what the voice acting sounded like to me in my head, and I think it might be because they're doing such fake accents with it.
Yeah.
Like,
They just didn't hire British people to do it.
I don't.
That's
Even,
the worst part.
It's not even like the voice actor's fault. I don't think. I think it's the art direction of whoever was in charge of the English dub, because like season
Oh, no,
3
it
has
was
like Matt
absolutely the-
Mercer and a bunch of other voice actors that I like know very well in it, and I absolutely still just can't do it.
Yeah, no, it's the director for it is just not on the mark.
He's on he's in a different book. Like he's just not. I don't know what he's going for,
Yeah.
but I don't approve of it. I say watch the sub. It's just simply better. Also, the only things you really need to see on screen is somebody posing every 5 minutes. So
And the thing is people talk about like when you're watching the sub, it's like, I don't want to read. I'm sorry. I know those motherfuckers that say that are also the same people that turn on the subtitles when they have English audio on when they're watching Netflix.
Fair.
Because they
I
don't want
always
to
have
miss
subtitles on.
and they don't want to miss anything. I'm like, I'm sorry. How long does it take you to read a sentence that has popped up on screen that is up for maybe 30 seconds and then to just read quickly, look up? You're not going to miss anything. And if you do, you just go back. You now know what they're saying. Just go back 5 seconds. It's not a
Yeah.
hard fucking concept.
So I
That's
think you'll
good.
be fine. Like, sub's really not that bad. Like,
I've never
Oh,
done sub before.
You'll be fine. You'll love it. You'll have a great time.
And honestly, I can get my housemates intoxicated and be like, let's watch the sub. And they still know what's going on better than the people watching the dub half the time.
that's actually impressive. And, like, I think that's just engineer brain.
Also,
No,
you ready?
no,
you
no, no.
ready for my actual why I watch subs over dubs?
Sure, go ahead. Hit me with it.
Because I always watch with the subtitles turned on anyways.
True.
And when you listen to the English subtitles are based on the Japanese dubs,
Yes.
but the English dub is translated differently so that it lines up with their lip flap movements and so that it's localized.
Yep.
So because of that, if you have the English dub on while you have the subtitles on, they don't line up.
I
they
realized
just-
that. I realized that watching Baki on
never will.
Netflix.
Mm.
It was
They
really,
don't-
really
they don't
interesting.
line up. It's always slight differences, and it's just so infuriating that I can't deal with it.
Yep.
That's it. That's me.
Crazy.
Interesting point. I didn't realize that.
I've-
I didn't realize that was just a generalized thing when I was watching Baki. I was like, I wonder if it's just Netflix doing its thing. But if that's
No, it's
okay.
genuinely how it goes.
Interesting. I've just
so it's
watched
like-
all sub or all dub for so long that I just
there are shows that I will watch dubbed.
Yeah.
I will always prefer Dragon Ball dubbed.
Yep.
Just because that's how I watched it as a kid.
Yep.
Right.
I
Those
will
voices.
always tell people, if you're gonna watch Baccano, watch it dubbed, because it takes place in 1920s/30 Chicago, and they all do 1920s 30 Chicago accents, and I fucking love it.
Yeah.
But like other than that, there's really not that many. Oh, Cowboy Bebop has a good dub.
It does.
That's a
Cowboy
classic.
Bebop is a show that I will absolutely 100% recommend the dub on.
Mhm.
Like, I've watched it subbed, I've watched it dubbed. That is one where, like, I can understand not wanting to read. Because it's so beautiful that you don't want to take your eyes off what's actually going on.
It's so
Yeah.
well done.
Yeah. So
Sam,
guys,
have you watched Cowboy Bebop?
You know I haven't watched it.
that's fair.
We'll save that for another day.
Save that for another.
Alrighty.
Guys, we're gonna take a quick break for a word from our sponsors. See you in a minute. I'm gonna take a bathroom break real quick.
All right.
Because Jim had me
Insert elevator music. You could put your name here.
I mean, like,
just call us at.
insert we you music.
Do.
Where do I
Leave
watch
the door
JoJo's
open,
Bizarre
you coward.
Adventure?
Okay.
On Crunchy.
On Crunchy. All right, cool.
We will provide you with one of the
Crunchy
accounts.
All right, cool. Thanks.
JoJo's is on Netflix.
Is it on Netflix?
The first 3 parts are.
Okay, then you can watch it on Netflix.
You can watch.
I'll watch
You can
it.
watch a good chunk of it on Netflix.
All right.
Yeah. And
So
then
you guys want me to do 1, 2 on that? Watch
No,
1, 2, then come back, then 2, then we'll do 3, 4, and 5. Is there?
yeah,
we'll
we'll
do-
do
so
3, 4.
The
and
way
then
that
5
it's
as
broken
separate.
up, part 1 is 9 episodes. Part 2 is 16. So they were put out together in one season. Part 3 is 44.
Hmm.
Part 4 is 30 something, and then part 5 is 39.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
kind of one of those things like you can sit down and you can do like parts
So
1
we'll
and 2
get
together.
we'll get you
very
through the
easily.
first 2, and then we'll evaluate where we are there. We'll see like how much time we want to give you, because we're not gonna have you rush through it and just hate yourself, because that's just not fun for anybody.
Mhm.
So we'll get you through like the first season, because it's put in as one season, and it has
Part
like
1
a
and 2,
nice
1 season.
solid ending at the end of that. It literally does like a full like to be continued, which that does at the end of every episode, because that's where the meme comes from.
Mhm.
4 and 5 are 39. Thank you, Cherry. I wasn't sure how much 4 was.
Yeah, it's
4 is like so slow the entire time, but when it actually picks up the pace, it gets really, really good.
Hmm.
Like those 2 sets of 4 episodes are really good. But man,
Sounds cool.
yeah, it's a fun time.
Yeah.
it is. I just.
Now,
got
I mean, I
interested.
love 80 and 90s rock, so I'm gonna like it a lot. I mean, you could have just said like the Foo Fighters are in it, but
Dude,
it's not the Foo Fighters.
Yeah, what I'm trying to think of some of the other character names.
Green
I'm
Day,
just-
that was very funny.
Green Day is in part 5.
That's
Yeah.
I will hold on for that.
Aerosmith is in part 5. Part 3's Pokemon are named after the first. I don't know how many are named after tarot cards, and then the last half are named after Egyptian gods. But
Oh,
all of the users are named after bands.
Yeah,
So, like
I'm pulling
one
up
of
the list right now.
there's a combination of like 2 brothers, and they're named Oingo Boingo. I knew you'd like that one.
So dumb. You know what's crazy?
music-
You know what else is crazy, Comfy?
Oh, hit me
People
with it.
could be listening to this conversation right now if they were subscribed to the Patreon.
Wow, if they were subscribed to the Patreon, we would advertise for that too, if it mattered, because this all gets cut, so we can say whatever we want.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so,
I'm
like,
loving it too.
Robert's EO Speedwagon comes from REO Speedwagon.
Yep.
So dumb.
Tom Petty.
Strazo, Dyer.
How is this allowed? Tom Petty?
Doobie.
Tom
from
Petty.
The Doobie Brothers.
Tom.
Brother-
Ton Petty.
Tom
Petty,
Petty
of course.
with an N.
Of course. Of course.
Part 2, Lisa, named after Lisa in Cult Jam. Loggins, named after Kenny Loggins. Messina, named after Jim Messina. Susie Q, named after the song Susie Q. Wired Beck, named after Jeff Beck and his album Wired.
Why?
Santana, Whammoo, AC/DC, and Cars, named after Santana, Wham, AC/DC, and the Cars. Smokey Brown is a combination of Smokey Robinson and James Brown. Donovan is named after Donovan.
It's like he was trying to name them, and someone was like, "What? We should really start working on the names for them." And then he just like hit shuffle on his Spotify playlist, and was like, "Now we're fine. We got this."
Muhammad Abdal is named after Paula Abdul.
Yep.
Gray Fly is named after Glenn Frey.
You've got
Polnareff is
ZZ.
named after Michael Polnareff. Which, by the way, did you see that Michael Polnareff tweeted out a picture of Polnareff from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and it just said, "I am Polnareff."
Yep.
He loves it.
That's great.
Forever is named after the album Wu Tang Forever by Wu Tang Clan.
Vanilla Ice is just straight up.
Vanilla Ice. Whole Horse is named after Holland Oates. ZZ is ZZ Top. Enya the Hag is named after Enya. Steely Dan is named after Steely Dan. Manish Boy is from Manish Boy.
Yeah. It's so fun.
The submarine from the 66th chapter of Part 3 may be a reference to the Beatles song Yellow Submarine. Iggy
You're just
for
going
Iggy
through
Pop.
JoJo's references?
Oingo Boingo. Yep.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just because you go down Pet Shop after Pet Shop Boys, Kenny G, Vanilla Ice Cream. They bring up Weird Al Yankovic.
Mm-hmm.
Just straight up, Weird Al Yankovic is canon in the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure universe, and technically speaking, so are all of us and this podcast.
I think the best part is part 5 is like you just have a bunch of Italian words. Chocolata, secco, carne,
Yep.
risotto nero,
Risotto's so great.
formaggio,
Oh,
I love this.
prosciutto,
dude, like,
pesci.
dude, the boss,
Scalippi.
the main enemy stand in part 4 is named Killer Queen,
Yep.
Like-
Sorbet and gelato. Like,
and his special power is called Bites the Dust. Like, how do people hate this show?
I honestly think I'm gonna find a way to love it no matter what.
It's
That
you
is
don't
the
have
hope.
to like part 1. Don't like think like I'm gonna like this because it's not good. Don't
No,
like it.
I think I'm honestly gonna like it. I think I can like force myself to like it, knowing at some point Green Day is gonna get a reference. I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's awesome. 'Cause
I
I'm
really
such a
shouldn't have told him about the
Day
Green Day one because it's so close to the actual end.
that's
no.
okay.
It's
I'm
like actually like episode 33, part 5.
That's crazy.
Okay.
So
you guys
and
ready?
there's no season 6, right?
There's no
Not yet.
part 6 yet. It
Okay.
follows the protagonist of part 3's daughter, but we haven't gotten there yet because
Okay.
they're making Fire Force instead. It's the same company that makes JoJo's Bizarre Adventure makes Fire Force, so they're making Fire Force right now, and it makes me sad.
It's real good, though.
I mean, I'm very happy for you.
Cultural
Sometimes-
representation in anime, baby.
Oh, I forgot. My favorite stand is Red Hot Chili Pepper.
That's actually really good.
Oh, my God.
There's
Yeah.
You also have Pearl Jam.
This is great.
Okay, guys.
What's my favorite stand?
What's on the agenda for the second half here?
We can talk about the end of the season shows.
Oh, okay.
I'll say this. I haven't watched the last episode of Misfit. I've watched the most recent episode of everything else.
Okay. Then we just won't talk about Misfit, I guess.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I do want to talk about ReZero because I want to explain to Sut what ReZero is and what the hell is going on.
Oh, yes.
Yes, because we didn't do a whole lot for that.
With
a
Ben.
whole lot with that with Ben.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
and
did.
it-
We didn't do that. So
we got
Paul
into it,
got
and then we
too-
all derailed.
No.
Well,
Paul,
we
you
talked
got
about
a
the
different
concept
power.
of doing it and then just didn't.
Well, because we got into
Yeah.
the concept, and then we did it in the beginning, and then we had to get back to news, and then we never actually got back into it, and that's
Yeah.
my fault.
All right.
So
It's fine. We had a
It
great
was
time.
a fun episode. I think Ben had a great time.
ready?
Hit me with it, father.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 14 of the Studio Blank podcast with
Tim.
Suttledge.
Tim, it's not hit me with it, father. It's spank me with it, daddy.
I like both.
I wasn't gonna say anything. You guys can just roll with it how you will. Lol.
Beat me with a sack of quarters, Daddy.
Come on, just throw them in your sock and hit me like you mean it.
I have a meme. I'll
Guys,
send it to the group
Cut
chat.
this out. Cut this out. I don't
I
like it anymore. Welcome.
Just do it again. Do it again. Run it back.
Run it back. Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome back.
Tim's beating me with a sock filled with quarters.
I was gonna leave that last little part as a good part, but
Oh no, we're leaving it. We're leaving it.
Guys,
All right.
we're gonna talk some of this fall.
Nope, spring.
I mean,
Summer.
like
Summer. We're in
Summer.
summer. Holy shit.
into fall. Holy wow. Anyway, we're talking end of season episodes.
Yes.
I can say
Well,
things
so-
because Sut's not going to be spoiled because he's not going to watch any of this unless he suddenly decides to do so.
We're gonna.
I don't know what's going on.
So we're gonna talk about
Wukong.
some shows.
If
and
you
how
didn't
they've
see the
ended.
banana jokes throughout the entire goddamn series, and you missed it.
Yes, God of High School. Yes. So Jin Mori is actually a monkey.
No,
He's not a monkey.
No,
he's
the
monkey.
monkey. He is Sun Wukong, the Monkey King.
Okay, so Sut, welcome to Comfy's Anime Explanation, where I'm going to give you about a 1 minute rundown of where the anime started and how we got to where we are today.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. So I just want to get a timer ready, and
You have 5 minutes.
so in God of High School, Jin Mori wakes up one day and is like, "I'm going to be the strongest. I'm going to punch people in the face." And somebody hands him an envelope and is like, "Come join the God of High School tournament." It's like, "Yeah, we're going to beat up a bunch of high schoolers." He goes in, he beats up a bunch of high schoolers, and you're like, "Congrats, you did really good." Aside from all those parts where you were kind of a dick. But wait, look at this dude who just pulled a scythe out of nowhere and is calling upon gods and monsters for power. Wait, what? Yeah, that's right. All of a sudden, he can call upon gods and monsters for power, but he doesn't know who to call on. So who are you going to call? That's right, the monkey man. He's fighting God now. It's 13 episodes in, and he's fighting God as a monkey man. That's
You just messed up. Like
No. He
that
just
was all
skipped-
technically
he's-
correct.
he
started.
skipped all of the important little details that matter
Okay, wait,
very
wait.
much. Like number one, the envelope was like you can get any wish at all ever granted.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
Okay, Paul. Can I? How about this? We'll
You
start
do it,
from-
Tim. No, Tim, go.
Okay.
Tim, go.
No. Ready? Here we go. Jin Mori wakes up one day, wants to be the
Jesus
strongest, gets an envelope, goes and fights in this tournament, beats up a whole bunch of people, and this really good-looking dude pulls out a scythe and tries to clobber the shit out of
is
Jin
really
Mori.
good looking.
That is a detail we missed.
He is the hottest of all of them.
Oh man, he's quality with a capital Q.
I don't know about
Okay.
that. Dragon
Wait,
Lady
shut
is.
the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Go
I'm
ahead.
still talking. So he wins the first tournament. Ha ha ha. Get fucked, nerd. It's a national tournament. We're back in the tournament arc. It goes through, and now it's a team tournament. So second and third place are with him, and now they're best friends because he
Friendship.
It's
saved.
Shonen.
Anime.
Yeah, because friendship. So they go through and they fight this old dude who's like 40 and going back and getting his high school degree because you know
that
what?
was
You
the
can
first
always.
part. We're past that already.
No,
this is
no.
This is the national tournament.
Yeah, they group together
the-
and fighting.
it's the first- it's the
trios.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right.
First fight of the national tournament. He beats up an old guy that's getting his high school diploma. You know what? Proud of him.
No, because Mori doesn't do that
Continuing
because he gets his ass beat by the dude before him because he tries the thing that he learned
Okay,
from the old
stop,
guy.
stop.
Paul,
Please,
shut the fuck up.
it's longer than 1 minute.
I wanted to get this done, but you guys keep interjecting.
Start
So
over.
the rest of the national tournament
20
sits
seconds.
there. All right, cool. Then we get to the final fight, and this blue-haired guy is a real dick, and he has this really weird god power, and it eats things, and he has like shark teeth. He's a real dick bag. And then we have Fox Boy, and Fox Boy kicks the shit out of him, and then we fight gods, and Jin Mori's the Monkey King.
There we go. That was.
You did it all wrong again.
Paul, shut the
this-
fuck up. It's over.
The
Is this
point
JoJo's
not-
Bizarre Adventure?
No.
The point is
Yes.
not to actually convey the point of the anime. It's to convey a general sense of what the fuck is going on, so he's not entirely lost. We're giving him a map in the woods. We're not telling him where he is.
This is like when you load into Tarkov for the very first time with someone that knows the map. They're like, just follow me. I know where I'm going, but you're just gonna have no idea what the fuck is going on all the time. But I'm gonna tell you to remember these things, simply so that you know where the fuck you are. I guess.
Can I summarize in 10 seconds?
No.
You know
10
what,
seconds?
Paul? I will give you 10 seconds.
Okay.
Starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Jin Mori wants to be the kid his grandpa thinks he can be, so he enters this tournament to fulfill a wish to find his grandfather, to kick a bunch of bad guys' ass, and ends up getting to the very end with the power of friendship and
done.
power.
No, you're done.
And that was basically it, actually.
Thanks for
That really is
deciding
actually it. Continue.
What you guys just did to me is the equivalent of the time I sat my girlfriend down and she said, "What are you doing tonight on stream?" And I said, "I'm playing Trials." And she said, "What's Trials?" And that was the first conversation we ever had about Destiny 2. And so I explained what Trials of Osiris was without describing anything else in Destiny.
All right. So basically, 3 people decide they hate each other more than anything else. And they try to beat other people.
Who also hate themselves too.
Yeah, it's a self.
So we all use Mountaintop.
Mountaintop. Okay. So, so he fought God.
No. He didn't fight God.
John J. Son.
John J.
the member
Son.
of the
John
Six.
Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Yes, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt fought God.
And
and
won.
killed God,
And
in
won,
fact.
actually.
Call him Robert Nietzsche. He killed God, bro.
The quote out of context there. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt fought and killed God.
Weird recess episode, but okay.
That's the social clip, by the way, right there.
What has happened? Have I done?
So then we have Tyke Jagal, the weird blue-haired idiot that has the shark powers,
Who
which they
grabs
haven't
the
totally...
key.
Yes, he grabs the key, he eats the key, he breaks the taboo so that then he can kill God.
I like that they
even though God's
actually
dead.
explained that at one point.
Yeah, I was very happy that they explained how the taboo works.
I'm glad they did that, because otherwise it would have gotten even more confusing, because they already skipped over like 4 or 5 other important details.
I had no idea what was going on until the last 2 minutes of the episode when they were explaining to me what I just watched.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's completely reasonable.
Yeah, that's fair.
You weren't supposed to understand.
You really weren't. It was supposed to be like one of those, like, you missed it. Lol. like nothing. Oh, side point. The one thing I'm really upset about is they did not explain where Yui came from. Like, it just shows up. They weren't like, oh, by the way, it's coming from the moon. It's
No, Paul. It's not coming from the moon. It rips a hole in the moon.
Yes. My point is, like, when he first summons Yui in the webtoon, everybody's like, what's going on the moon? It's like on the backside with Maitreya's dead body. That's really weird. And all of a sudden, no, it wasn't Maitreya. Who was it?
It was Tathagata's dead body
Tathagata's
because Wukong killed the supreme deity because the supreme deity is a cunt.
You're not wrong. Anyway, the point is, it comes from the moon, and he's just like, oh, look, my staff. And then proceeds to kick the ever-loving shit out of everybody who lives there. And which is what he does in the anime, which makes me happy. So,
yeah.
So now you two have read the
Yes.
webtoon. Are you both caught up with it at this point?
yes.
Oh, I am current. Like I
It's
have
in the final
found
arc.
my way. Yeah.
So now that you've read the webtoon, you know where it goes, you
Yes.
know what this season was supposed to hold, and this season is over. What's your opinion based on having read the webtoon and watching the anime?
All right, so
Tim,
I'm going to
go
take this first. The webtoon is absolutely fantastic through the first season. It's actually, you know what?
The first 2
bitched a lot
seasons.
I bitched a lot about it. Pre
It's a running
like it
joke
airing.
that you hate God, even though you don't.
They did a very good job portraying the fights in the anime that I absolutely adored in the webtoon. I was not mad about them like changing the names of the Monkey King, Yui, his staff, and his Thundercloud to the Japanese names from the same fucking myth. And that is the thing I see most on Twitter right now is people are, and the Reddit, they're like incredibly angry that they didn't use Jaechonde Song, which is the Korean name for Wukong, Yui, which is the Korean name for his staff, and Gyeonwoo Gyeon Woo Dun, his thundercloud that you see him, and they're like, and they didn't say strike when he called down the lightning. Motherfucker, do you understand that the Korean for strike and the Korean for fall are like literally the same character?
Yeah.
Or very fucking close.
And it also doesn't hurt that they had, the actual writer consulting the entire series.
Yeah.
Also,
If,
like,
So if
I'll
you're going to
be
get
real.
pissed,
If you think that they're going to change the language of the show, at that point, there's no reason for them to do it.
Yep.
It's localized to Japanese. They're speaking it in Japanese. They're going to say it in Japanese.
Yep.
exactly. And I'm sorry, Saiten Taisei is still a super sick fucking name and also way easier to pronounce than the Korean name. I had to look it up 3 different times to make sure that I was pronouncing it even close to right, and I know I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, that's the problem. This is a Japanese produced show with the same creation myth or a very similar one, and they're using the character.
Yep.
You want to get mad at people for changing names? How about Goku, who is also based off of the fucking Monkey King?
Pretty much.
No, not pretty
No,
much.
no. I
Literally.
wasn't talking about that part. I was talking about you getting like so be mad about the thing. Not the Goku was pretty much Goku is Sun
Yeah.
Wukong in a myth, except done there. Like he literally rides the goddamn cloud. If you didn't see it when he's originally riding the cloud in Dragon Ball, he has the staff too. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, stop it.
Please.
Stop with the bitching and moaning. Like,
Which
if
is
you
why
wanna
he's
be
also
angry-
been able to play
No.
gods. Lol.
No, I'm allowed to bitch and moan as much as I want, and I will do so.
Only in the bedroom.
The only thing, like, my biggest problem with it was some of the cut content.
Yeah.
That,
Yep.
like, they alluded to it in the first episode where they just skipped over our handing Mori the envelope and the fight that ensued. They
So-
changed the rules of the national tournament for how they were fighting, which at the end of the day, doesn't really matter. The pacing was a bit
yeah, yeah,
off.
yeah.
But they condensed 112 chapters into 13 episodes. It was gonna get fucky in places.
Yep.
But from the national tournament on, it was great. And people are right when they talk about the fact that if they followed the webtoon's pacing, we would literally only be getting to Han and Dae, or like Han Dae-wi and Mori in the first tournament.
Yeah.
That would have been way worse. People would have
Yep.
hated that.
Yep.
It would have been way too slow.
So I wanna point out on my end, like the stuff that I got frustrated with. I really didn't care too much about the beginning fight between Mori and R, just because like I felt that where they jumped to was appropriate. Again, the stuff that I was more frustrated about was the national tournament arc changing format, because I think that was a very important story-lineal part. Because in the webtoon, it's trios. It's not 1v1v1. It was 3v3. Whoever's 3 gets knocked out first loses. So you get to the point where Mira's fighting the one guy just before Mori does in like episode 10. She 1v3s that whole thing. Like part of that was Mira's whole character going, by the way, I'm a fucking badass. Don't you forget it. Like, not like, oh, look, Mori's coming in at the very end to save me because he's a badass and kicks this dude's ass. Like, that was Mori's whole next 3. Because they just like went back-to-back 3s, and he just whooped all of their asses with like 25 minutes to go on his, his acupuncture stuff. Like, absurd. Like, he wasn't supposed to make it to that 3-0 fight, and it was supposed to be, wasn't it? Because Daewoo was eliminated for interfering with the Taek Jagal fight. So like, you had this whole thing set up where like the setup of the trios mattered. Secondarily, them skipping the whole point about her coming back and being a wish granter and all of that, and the way that actually translates into season 2 is going to be really wonky, because season 2's opening is not like what just happened at all. Like, he doesn't sleep for 3 months, if I remember correctly. No,
No,
they
he
go
sleeps
straight
for-
to the thing, because they fight
No,
him
they-
in the world, and then they come back out, and then they go, you have to go back in to find your memories, which they allude to at the very end.
No. He wakes up and Anyo sends him. She sends him then.
Okay, you're right.
Like,
No, you're right.
He's so
Yeah.
exhausted after the Taek Jagal fight
You're right.
that he just collapses.
It just, but like at the same time, like the rest of that alluding to who she is and what she does and her power was literally like this. And like, if you actually understand, she is literally Eve.
Yes.
Like, she is the Eve to Adam and Eve in the world. So like that matters a lot. And they were just kind of like, so like little things like that frustrated me. But otherwise, I think they did a really good job after the national tournament of like keeping the pacing right. The pacing felt good even though they deviated. So
Nice.
I don't want to beat the God of High School to death too much more. We could probably have a really like a whole episode, just me and Tim going through what we liked, what we wanted, what we want to see next season improperly. So we'll do that later.
Well, you know what else we're gonna have a whole episode talking about later because it's not technically finished yet.
ReZero.
ReZero. That's right.
Comfy, 1 minute explanation to Sut. Go.
Okay. No. I need to.
Hold on. This is
Breathe.
I
do your
need
breathe.
to I need to get ready. All right. Now,
Yes.
Sut.
I got this.
This is an anime I think you would enjoy. It is what we would call a
Isekai.
isekai. It is transferred into another world. So
that's literally the Japanese phrase is isekai. It means I've been
isekai
transported to
means-
another world.
what's the exact definition? It's like another world. Isekai is like another world.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's
Yeah,
just
so
another
it's
world.
Like Sword Art Online is an isekai, like because he's in a video game. So let's start now. So imagine you're transferred into another world, right? Everything's going great. You find the girl of your dreams. She's super cute. You hang out with her all day. You hold hands with the fireflies. You get stabbed brutally and murdered, and your bowels are removed by the bowel extractor. Now, you wake up the same place you were yesterday, and everything's exactly as it was. Welcome to ReZero, the world of dying and starting over because you have checkpoints and respawning. That's our main character's kind of issue. He just runs around trying to fall in love with this girl who was nice to him once in one timeline and is basically dying over and over again to get her affection, also dying because people are evil. Right now, he's dying due to rabbits because rabbits eat him. And he's trying to save a city and there's rabbits. That's like pretty much what I got, yeah? Oh, I still have 10 seconds. What else am I missing? Oh, there's witches.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
there's a cute girl named Rem. She's asleep and nobody can remember her name. There's a bunch
Done.
of witches.
I'm gonna take an extra 30 seconds on that.
Okay.
You wanna
And
go?
go.
Witches. So there's the witches. The witches have a tea party. One of them's called Echidna. She's a real hot girl. She oh my god, she's so hot.
Love juice tea.
Oh yeah, and the love juice tea. She makes Subaru drink love juice tea.
10 seconds.
And the rest of the witches fight over him. He has a harem of witches, and Echidna is the lead of the harem of witches.
Don't forget about Beatrice and the secret library.
And Beatrice.
The only thing I remember.
Bitch that's got a book that she follows, but the book has no pages.
So what I followed is Inception dude wakes up, lives his life every day, trying to be Adam Sandler from 50 First Dates. There's a girl named REM, probably because she's asleep all the time. That makes sense. It's probably why I remembered her name as REM and not Rem. And something
think the
about
best part is
a Subaru drinking a love potion.
Okay,
You know what?
the part
Good
that
enough.
you got,
That's good enough. In all honesty.
it's not one day. It's however long he can make it until he just gets murdered again or kills himself. Because sometimes you need to reset on your own. You've done raids. You've been a raid leader. You've jumped off a cliff before. You know how this goes.
You're not wrong.
You
Yeah,
know when
I
it's
know.
too.
He has
you know when it's
straight
too
up cut his
fucking
own
can't save
throat.
it.
Like he has
Multiple
gone like
times.
there have been multiple points in time where he's been like, this is a bad loop and just killed himself. Like
So if he's in a bad loop and rabbits are eating him, and he's like, yeah, I'm done with this loop. I'm just gonna off
he just
it.
dies to the rabbit.
Yeah. Okay, or that would work too. When he wakes or respawns, are the rabbits still a thing, or
No.
have the rabbits
So
yet to have
He
happened?
goes back in time
Okay,
when he
so
respawns.
So
like
again, did you ever watch Edge of Tomorrow or Live Die Repeat?
no.
It's the Tom Cruise movie where
It's Groundhog Day.
Groundhog
It's literally
Day, the
Groundhog Day,
anime.
except only when he dies.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
that's the thing. And he can hit new checkpoints. If he makes it a certain we don't actually know exactly how it works at this point in the anime. Tim might know.
we still don't know how it works
still
in the
don't-
light
okay.
novel most of the time.
It's either a period of time or a goal hit. And so we don't really know what's what, but this entire season of 13 episodes, which ends on Wednesday, has been him living the same 5 days over and over again.
Yeah.
And the thing
Side
is,
note, Tim, I would not be surprised, and this is completely outlandish. I haven't read the light novels, right? Does Roswaal have any control over when those checkpoints are made?
To my knowledge, no.
But it's an interesting thought.
Okay, so that's the other character we forgot to describe. Roswaal. Roswaal is everyone's dad.
He owns the mansion that Subaru showed up at, essentially drunk, and said, "Take me in."
Yeah.
Roswaal's
He's the protector of the girl. He's the protector of the girl that Subaru fell in love with. He owns all the servants at the house. They all follow him in explicitly because he has one of the gospels instead of Beatrice. Beatrice has a fake gospel. And
I do just want to point out, you remember Rem because she's asleep, but so Rem is not the girl that he fell in love with.
She falls in love with him.
She did in fact fall in love with him and confess her love to him, and he just looked her dead in the eyes and said, "Sorry, but I love Amelia," and then walked away like the piece of shit he is.
It's one of the most memed scenes in all of anime.
I would like to point out that I can also it is not as dickish as you might think, considering he's probably done that like 30 times and been like, "Look, I love the girl. I cannot help loving the girl. I appreciate you, but I don't love you way I love girl."
No, Paul,
No, he does that loop once. That loop only occurs.
I'm talking about the Amelia feelings. I'm not talking about the Rem feelings. I'm talking about that conversation is the result of all of the other things regarding Amelia and the fact that he has fallen in love with Amelia. And at current, he goes, "Shit, I'm in love with Amelia, but holy shit, Rem is basically dead. I love Rem. What do I do?"
No.
Rem was like,
his
"Here
best
is a golden
friend.
opportunity. You just take my hand. We'll run away. We'll live in a cabin in the woods,
We'll have
and
kids.
we'll just live a happy life. We don't have to deal with We don't have to deal with Amelia. We don't have to deal with Roswaal. We don't have to deal with the royal selection. We don't have to deal with any of this stuff.
That's true.
You just get to go live in a cabin in the forest, and we'll hold hands, and we'll have a good time. Just hold my hand and walk in this direction with me." And he's just like, "Nah."
In all honesty, it's a really attractive offer.
No, it is. I mean, how could you?
And
not
he
love
literally just kind of goes, "Nah." Like,
He straight up hits her with the, "Bruh, we're just friends."
can't we just be friends?
Stop. Don't sing Yesterday for me. Don't do it. Don't do it to me again.
Can't we just
Stop.
So Sut, have you ever watched a TV show and you've been like, "Wow, that part fucking stabbed me in the heart"?
Yeah.
That felt way too real.
So there's a show called Sing Yesterday for Me that I convinced both of them to watch, and
I
within
hate
the
you.
first episode, they really break down like the male like main character, and he feels like a real person, and he walks up to the girl that he's in love with, and he confesses his love to her, and she just looks at him and says, "Can't we just be friends instead?" And it's just the most heartbreaking.
Keep in
thing
mind,
ever.
he's like had a crush on her all the way through college. And like
they do the whole back.
they did the whole like been through college,
20
they
minutes
grew
of
up as
build
best
up.
friends. Like you're like, "Ah," and then she says that, and you're just like, "Welp, there goes my heart."
Yeah, he's been in love with her for 6 years.
Oh,
So it's like
No.
the first Spider-Man movie, and then Tobey Maguire walks up to MJ and is like, "Hey, I took this picture of you," and she said, "Why are you taking pictures of me, you creep?" And that's how this story went instead.
Pretty much.
Spider-Man. Why the fuck are you taking pictures of me?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, that's exactly how that
I
goes,
like-
in fact.
My favorite thing is that, like, let's just derail. We will go back to the witch's tea party in a moment. Like, if we made that exact movie shot for shot right now, it's the creepiest shit ever. Because the whole thing about Peter Parker is he's a cameraman, he has a camera, and he's taking pictures as a photographer. But if we are in a natural science museum and we're sitting there and he's sitting in the back of the classroom taking pictures of girls from across the street, he's gonna look weird. He's creepy.
It's very creepy.
Like,
I don't want to think about that.
Peter Parker, dude. Come on, man.
Again, this is why I prefer both Miles Morales and
Miles is the better Spider-Man.
Miles is the best Spider-Man. A.
Oh,
B.
100%.
Tom Holland's Spider-Man is just the best, like live action Spider-Man we've had. Anyway,
Tom Holland does like the best of both worlds. Okay, so Witch's Tea Party. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So, man, so Subaru, right? he's screaming. He's like, Echidna, yo, please, I need help. Give me your love juice tea. Echidna, please, I need help. And he like just shows up and she's like, yo, what's up? I am not doing anything nefarious.
Nope, not one bit. I would never do nefarious
Hey,
things.
would you like to sign a contract?
The terms and
get all-
conditions come
all the
after.
wisdom and power.
You get to sign
I
the terms.
get
You get to
you.
read the terms and conditions after you've signed the contract. Just so you know, the end user license agreement, you get to read that after.
Yeah. And this is the Witch of Greed.
Correct.
Then the Witch of Wrath shows up.
Who is the cutest of the witches
Yes,
in my
I
opinion.
wouldn't say
100%.
she's the cutest, but she's definitely got she's got that magical girl personality.
She looks like she
Yeah.
belongs in Madoka Magica.
She's a magical girl. Like she's dressed up in pink flowers and stuff. You would think the Witch of Wrath would be black with a mace or some shit, but nah, dude. She's got flower power.
I dig it.
So she shows up and she's like, hold it, you shouldn't sign that contract because it's not good for you. What witch shows up next?
Shit. Give me a sec. I'm gonna go find it. I'm
I
gonna
know
go find
the
clip.
last two.
I'm trying to think about it, and
were-
I'm not entirely sure.
The last two were greed. The last Envy was
Gluttony.
last, obviously. Gluttony
Yeah.
was second to last. Is the lolly one Lust? No.
No,
it's not
it's
Lust. The other one.
N-
I hate Lust. Lust was the third one to show up.
yeah. Lust is the one with the green scarf, the pink hair and
Yeah.
green scarf.
Yeah, and she was laying down and shit.
No, she was
Um,
standing. Sekhmet is the witch of sloth. She's the fifth one to show up.
Sloth. That's the one.
Sekhmet's
as
the
you
one laying on
can
the
tell,
ground.
They're named after the seven
Who's
deadly sins.
Minerva's the one of Wrath, right?
Minerva's the Witch of Wrath.
Yeah.
She is.
Typhon is the lolly.
Typhon is the lolly.
Typhon is the lolly. Yes.
Carmilla's the super shy, quiet. What do you
The
call
witch,
it?
the witch of lust is
know.
the one that goes.
I know.
"Oh,
I
no.
know.
Oh no!
She's like, I want you, but
1 second. I really need Sut just to understand. I'm gonna put this in guest house. This is a picture of the Witch of Wrath. She is so cute. She is so precious.
Yeah, she looks like
Yes.
she has some cool powers.
Yeah, she's
She's just super
legitimately
strong.
the witch of wrath. She
She Goku slams onto people.
yeah,
It's
like
hilarious.
they're having this
It's
whole
great.
conversation. And she shows up and almost lands on top of both of them. And Super's like,
does a
"What are you
superhero
doing?"
landing.
And she's
There's
like,
a
"You're
fucking
trying to
crater."
deceive a kid. You're trying to deceive Subaru. You can't do that."
Oh yeah, the Witch of Lust was already there because
Yeah. So it's a great series. I really love it. I feel like you'd actually enjoy it.
it's the story of a dude who's just dying and respawning and constantly trying to solve problems.
It's
But the big thing is, so the entirety of the first season they talk about witches, but you never see one. Mostly because 6 of the 7 witches are dead and we're all killed by the 7th witch. That 7th witch being the reason that Subaru is stuck in this dying world.
Yep.
Only because he's dying. And then so at the beginning of season 2, we get the Witch of Greed, and then a couple episodes ago, we got the rest of the witches, and we finally got the Witch of Envy, who's alive, and then now all of the witches are in one place at one time, and then we have the final episode on Wednesday.
Mhm.
So, I'm excited.
now
And-
Comfy. Give Sut your opinion of ReZero before season 2.
Yeah,
Fucking
do
hate
that.
the main character. The concept of ReZero is one of the coolest and smartest concepts to throw out there. Like the idea that he's progressing, but he has respawns and checkpoints. I think it's hilarious. I think it's awesome. I hate the main character so much because this one time, this one girl was kind of nice to him, and he got so fucking attached to her for no reason that he spent 26 episodes just trying to get in her pants, and everybody around him is like, hey, you can do this. Hey, why don't you try this? Hey, why don't you do this? Hey, you could be smart and powerful, and you could have asked for anything, and you asked to become a goddamn butler because you thought it would get you in some girl's pants. I'm mad at Subaru. He's just the worst.
Season 2's better though.
Season 2 is much better. I like
Much better.
Subaru. He's not that bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially
and
his
I sat
parents. Okay, so I want to make this other point real quick. This last season was the season of amazing parents.
Oh, his parents are so stupid. I love them.
Subaru's parents are the best. His dad's a fucking Chad and is like the chattiest Chad you'll ever meet. Like
Subaru's dad actually looks a lot like Sut. Like, on God.
Sut, on a scale of 1 to 10, how buff are you?
I mean, probably like a 6 or 7 right now because of COVID, but give me till the end. The gyms are opening up back around here, and I'm
They
are.
pretty
Wait,
excited
they
about
They are.
that. Yeah.
I got it. Look, it's
Guest house again?
Suttledge.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I can see it. Yep.
Okay, so no lie. I don't want to derail your podcast, but like I don't want to derail your podcast.
No,
But,
you're the
already
guest.
do?
You are the guest.
Did you guys see the picture I posted? You guys know that Snapchat anime filter?
Yes.
I've seen it.
Is that
All
you?
right.
Is that like you?
It can't do glasses. Oh, I can't send you that channel.
I've seen people do it with glasses.
It didn't work for me with glasses. Where can I post this so you guys can see it?
You can.
You should be able to post in the guest house.
can't
I'll
post
edit
in
the
guest
channel
house.
so that you can.
All right.
I just like
Done. You can now.
it's just one of those things where you're like, yes, weebs.
So like, put glasses on that.
Yep.
Yep.
I was right.
Yep, 100%
Yep.
right. Yep. So long
That's
story
kinda
short,
funny. That's kinda
Subaru's
funny.
dad is a Chad and like the most confident, awesome dude in the entire series. Not gonna lie, and so like you just have this moment where you're like, he's the best, and then you have Anus's parents, which are just, I don't. How do you describe that? What do you describe Anus's parents as? Long story short, Sut, what would you do if your son at a month and a half old brings home basically 2 wives and you jump at the opportunity, and you as a dad go, you outbeat your old man for like your love life while squealing like a little child and jumping up and down with your wife being super happy. And then he brings home a 3rd wife and a husbando with
Well, the
1,000
third wife
children.
was the husbando.
I'd be pretty
yes.
proud of them. I'd probably give them like a place to stay, make sure they're taken care of. It's
Well,
pretty
so-
cool.
That's literally what they do, except they also make food.
That's awesome.
The best part is no. The best part is his mom just kind of expects it after the first girl,
That's true.
and she just makes more and more food every single time.
Yep.
Every time
this is what happens.
Anos is coming home, she just has more food ready. Like,
So-
enough for
The first episode, he
Everyone
brings home
that's there.
1 girl. Second episode, he brings home 2 girls. Third episode. 6th episode, I think, he brings home husbando. And in the light novel, like his parents are sort of like, is this husbando? Like, no judgment, but like, is this a thing? In the webtoon, they just start feeding him food. In the anime, they just start feeding him food, and they're like, "Hey, Lei, welcome to the family." And then in the final episode, he brings home a 4th, and say they have 1,000 kids,
10,000.
10,000 kids, and mom looks
You
at.
just spoiled the anime for me.
It's fine. That's the only thing you know. Nothing else matters. I haven't spoiled anything about the rest of it. That's all you know. And so mom grabs the girl's arm and goes, "You're going to have to tell us all about this," giving like that winky face, and drags her inside. And the girl's all like, "Cool. I guess we have 10,000 grandkids." And you're totally down with the whole thing. So this season was just about great parents. That's all it was. Like, even Jin Taijin was like the best grandfather ever.
What I love about in ReZero, oh my god, look at that! I was able to rail it back
Oh my
over.
God.
Proud of you.
I love that, like, the evolution of Subaru from season 1 to 2 is so prevalent in the way that he talks to his parents
Yeah.
in the trials, because he's given these trials, he has to go back and deal with where he screwed up in life, which is his relationship with his parents and his own general well-being, because he's a NEET. So, like, seeing him make that progression so that knowing that even if he were to be put back in his day-to-day life, he's not the same person.
Yep.
Like,
The experience of
parents
being
just, like,
transported.
I'm
I
just
like the
really
way the
excited.
parents, like, supported him too, which was like, listen, bud, you're obviously, like, not doing okay right now.
Yeah.
I want to do everything I can to help you, but I'm not going to force you. Take your time.
My
Do you.
favorite part was when he was talking to his mom, And he's all like, how do I measure up to my dad? And she goes, well, you're really half your dad and half me. So don't worry about that dad part. So you can just lean on me.
Well,
no,
as long as you're half as cool as your dad, you will have succeeded because you have half of me too.
It was just so cute and wholesome. So I want to wrap this up by going, Sut, I need you to give me your anticipated thoughts of what it's going to be like when you run through JoJo's.
All right. So here's what I'm thinking. As a fan of 80s and 90s rock music, I'm already sold from the previous conversation that we had.
Yep.
And so I'm super excited about that. What I think is going to happen, we've talked about a lot of anime today.
Yep.
So I think I'm about to talk about 4 different shows at once, but just bear with me.
No, you're good.
I think I'm going to watch a show that's hard to follow. The first 3 episodes are going to be a little rocky, but I'm going to power through it knowing that later on Green Day is going to get a reference. That's all I care about. After that, at some point, there will be Pokemon battles. I think Betty White was mentioned at some point. And other than that, I think there's going to be a lot of posing, I believe. So people are going to pose a lot, reference 80s and 90s rock music, and catch Pokemon. I'm really excited to see how this gets 5 seasons.
Your Pokemon will be assigned to you by the Pokemon assignment squad.
All right.
So you're telling me you're Dr. Oak? Professor Oak?
You're Professor Oak. I'm giving you the Pikachu.
I think Professor Oak had a PhD.
Yeah, he's a professor.
He's a professor. I said doctor and then I said professor. I had to change it because I wanted to make sure I respected Professor Oak the way he should be.
Professor Oak, wood, maple.
He has a
sequoia.
Yeah, he has a PhD in Pokemon
all the
evolution.
all the other professors in Pokemon are just other trees, right?
Yeah, that's
you know that there's elm and birch and shit.
Yeah, elm, birch. I just couldn't think of all the real ones, so I just started saying like sequoia.
Sequoia, I think actually is one at this point. I'm not kidding.
Wait, who is Sequoia?
I think it's like 6 or 7.
Oh.
They got weird. They started pulling some weird trees in. It was oak, elm, birch, and then it just started going wild.
Well, no, Willow is Pokemon Go one, right? Willow.
Yes. So these are the Pokemon professors' names in order.
I got it. Yeah.
Oak, elm, birch, rowan, juniper, sycamore, kukui, magnolia, and then at the end of the.
Please say sequoia.
Nope, it's Sword and Shield. It's Sonia. They fucked it up.
Wait, just Sonia, just like we have Professor.
Hey, comfy.
Ivy. Yeah.
Where can everybody find you on the internet?
Well, if you, an individual on the internet currently listening to this podcast, are looking for me,
I just realized. Stop.
No. I was gonna let him start, and then I was going to interrupt him like a huge dick.
Oh. Well,
Comfy, go back to your.
Yeah, go ahead.
Comfy, go back to what you're doing.
Keep going.
Well, so if you, an individual who is alive and currently listening to this podcast, are looking for me, Comfimus, a user and one of the hosts of said podcast, you can find me.
Where are the light novels?
God damn it! Just do it! Go. Hit me with the light novel.
All right.
Guys, welcome to your favorite part of the show. I can't believe it's a light novel title. Sut, you're about to have a treat in the form of welcome to things you never thought you'd hear on the internet or read in real life.
Hi, we like to look up the names of books that are just stupid and weird and wild. And this week, we got a nice, cute little book. After living a painful life as an office worker, Azusa ended her short life by dying from overworking. So when she found herself reincarnated as an undying, unaging wish in a new world, she vows to spend her days stress-free and as pleasantly as possible. She ekes out a living by hunting down the easiest targets, slimes. But after centuries of doing this simple job, she's ended up with insane powers. I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level.
Now, that was
hey,
a
Sut,
great
have you
light novel
ever
title.
Sut, have you ever played Breath of the Wild? What happens when you kill 50 billion slime? Do we just level up? Is this the thing? Comfy,
Wait,
do we
wait.
do that? Do we try this in Genshin Impact? Do we just run around killing slimes for literally 300 years?
It's a
Are we
good thing
about
I've
to-
been playing Genshin Impact this whole time. That's a joke. That's a joke. You
Okay.
would have been able to tell. You would have been able to tell.
100%.
Now let's be
remake
fair.
it.
Let's be fair. We have a tradition when we have a guest on,
Yes.
and we're not starting season 2 without continuing tradition.
Yes.
Pull it off.
Thank you, Nate. You're a wonderful person. Sut, the first light novel title that we ever looked up for this, or I should say that Nate ever looked up for this. When Paul and I hear the light novel, this is the first time we hear it. So this was the first one Comfy ever surprised us with.
Isekai onsen ni tensei shito ori no kono ga tondera sugiru anta no naka ga
Comfy, I swear to God, hit me with the English.
My reincarnation as a hot spring in a different world is beyond belief. It's not like being inside you feels good or anything.
Glasses came
That
off.
one never gets old.
Never
No,
Not one
it's
time.
funny. It's still funny. Hey guys, I can't introduce myself. Hey Paul, where can people find him?
Where can people find Tim?
Actually,
Guys,
you know what? We're
you
doing
can-
this. This is the bit. It's the bit this season. Go.
Guys, thanks for listening to episode 14 of the Studio Blank podcast with Suttledge here. We know we put him through a lot for this one. Definitely a bit of a ringer, but we're going to start off by me telling you where you can find Tim on the internet. You can find Tim on the internet at twitter.com/syndaxatrix, SYNDAR. Nope, I fucked it up. Go ahead and do it because I'm not going to be able to do it.
Wait, can I try? Can I try?
No, I got it. SYNDAXATRIX.
The
And
song
then on
always works.
and then on Twitch at the same, and you can also catch him on the Studio Blank Twitter at Studio Blank Pod on Twitter, tweeting memes, news, and all the appropriate things you'd expect from a weeb Twitter. So, thanks for that, Tim. Where can we find Comfy on the internet?
You can find Comfy, otherwise known as Nate, on Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Gaming at Comfimus, COMFIMUS. Nate, where can they find Sut?
Oh no,
Be real with you. I have no goddamn idea. But if I had to take a guess, I'd say that you can find my boy Suttledge, one of my favorite online creators and a very good close personal friend of mine, at twitch.tv/Suttledge.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, cool. I
No one
just
else
needed
has
to
that
make
name.
sure there wasn't.
No one else
S-
has that dumb idea to take that name.
Trust me,
SUTTLEDGE. Everywhere.
And on Twitter under the same tag.
Yep. And
Okay, cool.
Instagram.
And Instagram.
all the same.
This
do we
man-
get gym pictures on Instagram?
Gee, you can't if you
Yeah,
subscribe.
he has a kitten
Oh,
now.
wink, wink.
Oh,
No, I'm
kitten.
kidding.
Kitten.
I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Guys,
His
follow
name is Orix.
Instagram.com/Suttledge for kitten pics, please and thank you. Guys,
And dog pics.
You also get pictures of Suttledge and his beautiful face.
yes. And then I think that's it. I think that's for everybody.
Hey,
You can find
Paul.
everyone. Yeah. No, everybody forgot me. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Wait, I can do this one too.
I'm like sitting there. I'm like, I can't throw Sut under the bus. We can't loop back to
Guys,
another person.
you can find me on the internet at twitter.com/I_love_Mondays, MUNDAYS, and then on Twitch, either on the Rare Drop channels at twitch.tv/Rare Drop or on my personal channel at twitch.tv/I love Mondays, spelled the same as Twitter, no underscores. And we'll catch you next week. And thanks for listening to the long one. Laters.
Bye.
Aye.
Stream, Cherry, thanks for hanging out. We love you. We'll see you later. Have a great evening.